Hey guys, don't forget to push the like buttons. Another one here. A lad, I used to rent cars instead of buying it. So I rented it. I used to be a Hyundai. Wasn't the best car, but it used to blend in. If you were doing anything dodgy, it was easy to blend in with things. So I used to rent it. It was 50 quid a week. So it was £200 a month. So I used to give the lad the £200 straight off. So it was paid for. I used to go and pick Lee up in it. Passed my test when I was 26. So I was 26, coming up for 27. So I used to take him out. So anyway, we used to go all over in it. We do a few taxes and I'd drop him off and I'll come for us tomorrow and all that, he'd say. So anyway, in the meantime, this bloke said to me, I've got a debt there for you. And Lee had went out for the day. He passed on. He said, oh, I'm going out. So I thought I'll go and fucking do it. So anyway, I got a debt for 50 grand it was for a butcher. So this butcher, young lad, he worked in the butchers for his dad. So his dad had the debt. So he had some money he owed off other butchers for whatever job it was. It was 50 grand he owed him, which is a lot of money now, for mine down. So I'm saying, oh, yeah, no, I'll be able to do that. So I've gone to the butcher's house, the man, I went with a lad called Paul from Redcar, my mate, knocked on the door, and he come out, and he knew me, and he knew other people who knew me. So I said, look, you owe such and such money, you owe him £50,000. He said, oh yeah, but this happened and that happened. I said, look, do you owe him the money or not? He said, yeah, I owe him the money. I said, well, you're going to have to pay it. No one's threatening you. I'm here to get the money. You need to pay him. But oh, well, what I'll do, can you give me like a month or so and I'll get it together. So anyway, he's got his number and we've got a number because I know mobiles are out, but they're not the best phones in the fucking world, but I still got his mum number and that. And anyway, I've got like a house number. So I phoned him up and he said, oh, I've got the money, but can I give you 25 grand now and 25 grand the next week? I said, well, don't give it to me, give it to the man. Then there's nothing you can sort out with him. So instead of me going to get it and saying I have to have demanded the money off him, I thought somebody said to me, it was Kev Kilty, he said to me, let the man get his own money, then him pay you, and he's not paid, just in case. He says, oh, he's threatened to me with the money, because he might do that with you, because of who you are. The cop fucking hate you. So it's a clever move from Kev Kilty. So I said, I will pay the man, then he can pay me. So I was going to just say to him, I'll just give me like, say, fucking 5 grand or something. And Kevin said, no, you want 10 grand at least for the job. You want, well, I thought 5 grand was all right. So I've gone anyway. And the money's got, I take your money. So yeah, he's paid the 25, he's paying the other one tomorrow. I said, all right, I'll get my wages then. He said, oh yeah, he said, what my dad said. He said, what I'll do with you. He said, instead of just giving you whatever, he said, my dad said he'll knock the money you owe this month for the car, he'll just take that off the bill. You what? What do you mean off the bill? I don't understand what you mean here. He said, no, do you know you pay £200 a month for the car? My dad said, the money you owe for the next month, like you say, you get it for a month. He said, you can have it for free for a month. You expect me just to take £200 fucking for a job, but I've just got you 50,000. He's got 25 today and he's getting the 25 tomorrow. So anyway, I tried to get to the man to stop and pay him. Anyway, he fucking paid him. Couldn't get him to drop it. He said, no, I'm going to pay him. So he paid him. Anyway, I didn't get the fuck. I was going to keep the 25 grand. So he paid the bloke. So I went back and said, you owe me fucking money. He went, I'll get the police on you. So anyway, I got the car. So I took the car off the cunt. So it was about 2 months before me. I said, you're getting fuck all. I said, the car's worth 6 grand. It was a bag of shite. It was a brand new car. Worth about 5 or 6 grand. I said, you're getting fuck all. I said, fuck you. So he went to the police. So anyway, I'm in the house in Roseworth, knocking on the door, police. Have you got a car? I said, he owes me the money. I said, I've kept the car because he owes me money. So they've gone back to him and said, look, do you owe money? He said, oh, well, I got him to get the debt. And he said, well, what, did you get the debt? The cops said to him, well, what was the money? He said, £50,000. He went, and you try to give him £200. Even the cops were fucking like saying, you're fucking taking the piss in other words. He said, look, if I was you, you've got 50 grand back what you were never going to get. Lots the car worth 5 grand or something, 5 or 6 grand. He said, forget about it. You've made 45 grand anyway, profit. So he's not been horrible keeping the car, really. He said, because he's in his rights. He said, the only thing he can do here is it'd be a civil case. He said, we can't do nothing because he's taking that as payment of you. It's like a bailiff, he said. So we couldn't, he said, we can't do it. He said, to be quite honest, if I was you, they said, I would fucking forget about it because you'll end up burning all your car out, smash all your shops up. And the lot, he said, oh, you'll have a fucking nightmare when we won't give in. He said, you're wasting your time trying to negotiate now. He said, either pay him the money you owe him or just let him keep the car. He said, you've made 45 grand profit and you've had £200 off him for like 4 months in a row. So you've had £800 off him as well. So fucking hell, what more do you want? The cops were like telling him that. So how I found out about this is later on I met him in a rave and he come over and he apologised. He said, look, about that car, can we just call it, like put it to bed. He said, yeah, it was my dad being fucking greedy, it wasn't me. I agree with you, you were saying £5 was nothing for getting 50 grand back, and like you said, you'd only paid £800. He said, so we were up 50, we were up 45 grand, so we got 50 grand, and I took the car and I thought it was worth 5. So what happened, I gave the car to Craig Howard, when I got done, I went to jail for hitting the lad in Eston, a kebab shop I told you before, so I gave the car to Craig Howard. So he kept the car and he sold it for £2,700. And when I got out of jail, he was waiting for me at the doorstep at my house. And he come round with his little daughter, and he went, here, there's the money, big fella. He said, I can't get any more. Well, it was only worth 5 grand when it was new. And then I had it for about fucking 6 months, running about with it with the lad, 4 months with the lad. And then he had it, I was in jail for fucking, I think it was 10 weeks, 12 weeks, something. That was in jail, so the car wasn't worth nowhere near. So Craig got 2,700 quid. So I gave him 200 quid back for selling the car for. So I had 2.5 grand to come out of jail with, which is a lot of money, you know, 1991. So yeah, so another little story in a day, just so that you know. Thank you for listening to me. Don't forget to push the like button to do. You know who's heading. Love yous all. See, beat you soon.